Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into marketing, with Marketing Made Simple by Donald Miller and Dr. J.J. Peterson.
Right.
I've got to admit, when I first heard the title, I thought, oh, great, another marketing book.
Yeah.
But this one really surprised me.
Yeah.
Are you ready to simplify your marketing a little bit?
Absolutely. And I think you'll be surprised too.
Okay.
One of the first things that struck me was just the emphasis on execution.
Okay.
The book really argues that the success of your marketing plan hinges more on how well you execute it than on your company's size or your marketing background.
So it's not about having the fanciest tools or the biggest budget.
Right.
It's about actually doing the work.
Exactly. It's about taking those ideas and putting them into action consistently.
Okay.
And that's actually really good news for anyone listening.
Yeah.
Because it levels the playing field.
Right.
You don't need a marketing degree to be successful. You just need a solid plan.
Yeah.
And the commitment to follow through.
Okay, I'm liking this already.
Yeah.
Less intimidation, more action.
Yeah.
So what does this solid plan actually look like?
Well, the book lays out a 5-step plan.
Okay.
First, you create what they call a brand script
Okay.
to clarify your message. It's essentially a deep dive into your customers' needs and how you solve their problems.
So it's about getting crystal clear on what you offer and who you offer it to.
Yes.
No more vague marketing mumbo-jumbo.
Right. Then you distill that message into a single sentence, one-liner.
Okay.
This is your elevator pitch, the magic phrase that grabs attention and instantly communicates your value.
I am intrigued. We'll definitely have to unpack that one-liner concept later.
Definitely. The third step is building a website.
Okay.
It's not just pretty, but actually sells.
Okay.
The book emphasizes that your website should be built entirely around your clarified message and one-liner.
So no more throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. Yeah. It's about strategic website design that actually converts.
Exactly. Then step 4 is all about capturing those valuable email addresses through a lead-generating PDF.
Right.
This could be a free ebook, checklist, or any valuable resource that your target audience would be eager to download in exchange for their email.
Smart. Because building an email list is like building a gold mine, right?
Yes.
But then you've got to know what to do with it.
Right.
That's where step 5 comes in.
You got it. Step 5 is putting those emails to work with a targeted email campaign. It's about building trust with your audience, nurturing those relationships, and ultimately driving sales.
So it's a complete system guiding potential customers from initial awareness all the way to hitting that buy now button.
Absolutely.
But before we jump ahead to email campaigns, I'm curious about how this all ties into understanding the customer journey.
Yeah.
Getting inside their heads and figuring out what makes them tick.
You're hitting on a crucial point.
Okay.
Marketing Made Simple really dives into the psychology of customer relationships, breaking it down into 3 stages that everyone goes through before they buy from you.
All right, let's unpack these stages. What's the first hurdle?
The first stage is curiosity.
Okay.
Think about it. When you're scrolling through your social media feed or flipping through a magazine, what makes you stop and pay attention?
A headline that speaks directly to my current problem, a stunning visual, a funny meme, something that grabs my attention and makes me want to know more.
Exactly. Your marketing needs to cut through the noise and immediately answer the question, what's in it for me?
Okay.
The book uses a great analogy here.
Okay.
Would a caveman be interested in what you're offering?
Hold on, cavemen?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about marketing, not anthropology.
It might sound strange, but think about it.
Okay.
Cavemen had very basic needs.
Right.
Survival and thriving. They needed food, shelter, protection.
Okay.
Your product or service needs to tap into those same primal desires.
Yeah.
In a modern way.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection.
Okay.
You're saying my marketing needs to appeal to those deep-seated desires for safety, security, or maybe even status and belonging.
Exactly. If you can't quickly demonstrate how you can help your customer survive or thrive, they'll simply move on.
So you've piqued their curiosity with your caveman-approved message.
Yes.
What happens next?
That brings us to stage 2. Enlightenment.
Okay.
Once someone is curious, they need to understand how you solve their problem.
This is where you go beyond the catchy headline and actually deliver the goods.
Right.
But what's the key to doing this effectively?
It's not just about listing features and benefits.
Yeah.
It's about painting a clear picture of what their life looks like after using your product or service.
Give me an example. Make it tangible.
Imagine you're selling a productivity app.
Okay.
Instead of just saying, this app will help you get more done.
Yeah.
You paint a picture. You say, imagine waking up every morning feeling calm and in control.
Okay.
No more frantic to-do lists or missed deadlines.
Yeah.
With our app, you can finally reclaim your time and focus on what matters most.
So it's about tapping into those emotional benefits.
Exactly.
Not just the practical ones.
Yeah.
You're selling a feeling, a transformation.
Exactly. You're showing them the after photo of their life.
I like that.
And once you've done that, you've moved them seamlessly into the third stage, commitment.
Okay, this is where they decide to take the plunge and become a customer.
Yes.
But how do you encourage that commitment without being too pushy?
It's a delicate balance.
Right.
You need to make it clear what action you want them to take.
Okay.
Whether it's downloading a free trial, scheduling a consultation, or making a purchase.
Right.
But you need to guide them through the process at a natural pace.
Don't scale them off by being too aggressive, right?
Right.
Okay.
It's like dating. You wouldn't propose on the first date.
Right.
It's about building trust, showcasing your value, and then gently inviting them to take the next step.
Yeah.
When they're ready.
This whole customer journey concept is fascinating.
Yeah.
It's like you're mapping out a roadmap for success, guiding your customers every step of the way.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, what role does that magic spell we talked about earlier, the one-liner, play in all of this?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And it's actually where things start to get really interesting.
Okay.
Marketing Made Simple argues that the one-liner is the key to unlocking a customer's brain and moving them through those 3 stages we just discussed.
Ooh, spill the secrets. How do you craft a one-liner that's so potent?
The book breaks it down into a simple 3-part formula.
Okay.
It starts by immediately hooking the listener with a problem they actually feel.
Right.
The book calls this the squirrel dropping from the chandelier.
Okay.
That unexpected disruption that throws your world into chaos.
I love that visual.
Yeah.
It's not just a minor annoyance.
Right.
It's a full-blown crisis that demands immediate attention.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got their attention with a problem they relate to. What's next?
Then you provide the ha-ha moment.
Okay.
The solution to that problem. This is where you clearly and concisely state how your product or service swoops in and saves the day.
Like the knight in shining armor, riding in to rescue them from the squirrel-induced chaos.
Precisely. And finally, you paint a vivid picture of the result, how their life is demonstrably better after using your solution.
Right.
Make the benefits tangible and irresistible.
So it's a mini story with a beginning, middle, and end, all packed into one powerful sentence?
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
Do you have any examples from the book to
Yeah.
illustrate this concept?
Absolutely. One example they give is this. Most marketers struggle to create content that actually converts.
Okay.
So we developed a proven framework that helps you write words that sell. When you use our framework, you'll see a dramatic increase in leads and sales.
Okay, let's break that down.
Yeah.
The problem is struggling to create effective content.
Yes.
The solution is their framework.
Right.
And the result,
More leads,
more leads and
more sales.
all there.
Exactly. And once you have that killer one-liner,
Yeah.
it's time to weave it into a website that truly sells.
Okay.
Just where the book gets into website wireframing.
Now, when I hear wireframing, I think complicated design software and coding jargon. Is that what we're talking about here?
Not at all. Marketing Made Simple keeps it simple.
Okay.
They recommend sketching out the words and structure of your website before you spend any time or money on design.
So it's like creating a blueprint for your website,
Yes.
focusing on the content first.
Exactly. The book outlines specific sections
Okay.
that each play a crucial role and guide your customer through those 3 relationship stages we talked about earlier.
Wait, are we bringing the caveman back for this?
You bet. Remember, your website needs to pass the grunt test.
Okay.
Could a caveman understand it in 10 seconds?
Keep it simple.
Yes.
Keep it clear.
Keep it clear.
Got it. So where do we start?
It all starts with the header.
Okay.
This needs to clearly state what you offer, how it improves lives,
Right.
and what action to take.
Okay.
Then you move into the stakes section.
Hold on. Stakes.
Yes.
As in high-stakes poker.
Yes.
What does that have to do with a website?
Think of it like this. What happens if your customer chooses not to do business with you? What are the potential consequences they face?
Right.
The stakes section highlights the cost of inaction.
So it's about creating a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Showing them what they stand to lose by staying stuck in their current situation.
Exactly.
Smart. What comes after that?
Next comes the value proposition.
Okay.
This is where you showcase the tangible benefits of choosing your product or service.
Okay.
The book emphasizes using specific language that increases the perceived value of what you offer.
So instead of just saying, our product is high quality, you might say,
Right.
Our handcrafted artisan product is made with the finest materials and built to last a lifetime.
Exactly. You're painting a picture of quality and exclusivity,
Right.
which justifies a higher price point.
Yeah, okay.
Then we move into the guide section.
The guide section, like a tour guide?
Precisely. This section positions you as the expert who understands their struggles and has helped others succeed. You can use testimonials, case studies, or authority-building content to build trust and credibility.
So it's like saying, hey, I've been there, I get it, and I can help you navigate this tricky terrain. Exactly. Gotcha.
Then we move on to the plain section.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yes.
Clarity, clarity, clarity. It's all about breaking down complex concepts into easily digestible chunks.
You got it. The plan section lays out the steps involved in working with you.
Right.
Simplifying the process and removing fear of the unknown.
Makes sense. What comes after the plan?
Next, you have the explanatory paragraph, which concisely summarizes the problem, solution, and result.
So it's like a mini movie trailer for your brand.
Exactly. And then you wrap up with a pricing section, a video if you choose to include one, and a junk drawer for any additional information that doesn't fit neatly into the other sections.
The junk drawer? I love it.
Yeah.
There's always got to be a place for those miscellaneous items.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got our one-liner, our wireframed website. Next.
Now it's time to talk lead generation.
Okay.
Marketing Made Simple dives into creative ways to capture those valuable email addresses.
Right.
One strategy that stood out to me was the pitfall list.
A pitfall list? What's that?
It's a list of common mistakes people make in your industry or niche.
Okay.
For example, if you're a financial advisor, you might create a lead magnet titled 5 Investing Mistakes That Are Costing You Money.
Ooh, that taps into our fear of loss and desire to avoid errors?
Yes.
I can see why that would be effective.
Yeah.
What other regeneration ideas did they share?
Another great one was leveraging curiosity and humor.
Okay.
With something like what your dog thinks about at the dog park.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't be intrigued by that?
Especially dog owners glued to their phones at the park.
Yeah.
Genius. Okay, so you've got these precious email addresses.
Right.
Now what?
That's where email campaigns come in.
Okay.
And Marketing Made Simple outlines 2 distinct types, nurture campaigns and sales campaigns.
Okay, break it down for me.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Nurture campaigns are all about building relationships.
Okay.
You consistently deliver valuable content.
Yeah.
Position yourself as the go-to expert and stay top of mind.
It's about playing the long game.
Yes.
Nurturing those connections over time.
Exactly. It could take months or even years before a customer is ready to buy.
Right.
But when they are, you'll be there, ready to help.
Gotcha.
Sales campaigns, on the other hand, are more direct.
Okay.
They're designed to guide your subscriber towards a specific purchase.
So it's like a 1-2 punch. Nurture the relationship, then go for the close.
Exactly.
What are some examples of content you might include in each type of campaign?
In a nurture campaign, you might share blog posts, educational videos, or industry insights. The goal is to provide value and build trust.
Right.
In a sales campaign, you might showcase testimonials, offer limited time discounts, or highlight the benefits of your product or service in a more direct way.
So it's about striking a balance between providing value and promoting your offerings.
Exactly.
But managing 2 separate email campaigns sounds like a lot of work.
It can be.
Yeah.
But the book offers a helpful framework to keep you on track.
Okay.
It's called the 6-Meeting Framework.
Okay.
It's a system for moving from strategy to execution with your marketing plan. Each meeting has a specific purpose and helps you break down the process into manageable chunks.
6 meetings?
Yeah.
That sounds pretty intense.
Yeah.
Is this something every business owner needs to do,
well,
no matter how small?
It's definitely adaptable.
Okay.
The core idea is having a structured approach.
Right.
It might not require 6 literal meetings for everyone.
Yeah.
But the principle holds true. Breaking down your marketing plan into focused steps with clear goals.
Okay, so walk me through this framework.
Sure.
What happens in the first meeting?
The first meeting is all about setting goals.
Okay.
What do you want to achieve with your marketing? What are the key metrics you'll use to measure success?
Right.
Which product or service will be your primary focus?
So it's about getting everyone on the same page.
Yes.
Defining the destination before you map out the route.
Exactly. And the book uses a great analogy here.
Okay.
Imagine your business is an old sailing ship.
Okay. I'm picturing those majestic ships with billowing sail.
Now imagine each sail represents a different product or service you offer.
Okay.
Some sails are full of wind. propelling you forward, while others are limp and lifeless.
Ah, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So the goal is to identify those power sales.
Yes.
The products or services that are already working well, and double down on them.
Precisely. Instead of trying to fix what's broken, focus on maximizing what's already driving your success.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
So once you've identified your power sales in meeting 1,
yes,
what's next?
Meeting 2 is where your brand script and one-liner take center stage.
Okay.
It's all about crafting that compelling core message that resonates with your ideal customer.
It's about translating those big picture goals into words that sell.
Yes.
What happens in meeting 3?
Meeting 3 is where you bring your website to life.
Okay.
You'll take that wireframe we talked about earlier and start fleshing it out with persuasive content that guides your customer towards a purchase.
So you're building that irresistible online storefront.
Yes.
What about meeting 4?
Meeting 4 is all about lead magnets and email sequences.
Okay.
You'll brainstorm creative lead generation ideas, outline their content, and map out your nurture and sales email campaign.
Making sure you're capturing those leads and nurturing them over time.
Exactly.
Meeting 5.
Meeting 5 is all about refinement.
Okay.
Imagine this. You've got printed copies of everything.
Okay.
Your website, wireframe, lead magnets, email sequences plastered on the wall.
Oh, I love a good visual.
Yeah.
It's like creating a giant mood board for your entire marketing strategy.
Exactly. The goal is to review, edit, and fine-tune every piece of content with a fresh perspective, ensuring it's clear, concise, and compelling.
So it's like the final dress rehearsal before the big opening night.
Yes.
What's the purpose of the 6th and final meeting?
Meeting 6 is all about analysis and adjustment.
Okay.
You'll look at the data from your campaigns and use those insights to refine your strategy for even greater success.
So it's about continuous improvement.
Yes.
Constantly tweaking and optimizing your marketing based on real-world results.
Exactly.
I like that. It takes the guesswork out of it.
It does.
And that wraps up the 6-meeting framework.
Yes.
It might seem like a lot, but remember, you can adapt it to fit your own needs and resources.
Absolutely.
The key is to have a structured approach that keeps you moving forward.
Exactly.
Well, I have to say, I'm feeling a lot less overwhelmed by marketing now.
Good.
Marketing Made Simple really lives up to its name.
It does.
What are some of the key takeaways we should remember from this deep dive?
First and foremost, remember that marketing doesn't have to be complicated.
Right.
By focusing on your ideal customer, clarifying your message, and executing your plan consistently, you can achieve amazing results.
No more marketing mysteries.
No.
And remember that brilliant analogy, focus on those power sales.
Yes.
The products or services that are already working well, and keep maximizing their potential.
Exactly. It's about amplifying what's already working, not trying to be everything to everyone.
So what's one small but impactful thing that you, our listener, can do today to put something you learned from this deep dive into action?
Maybe it's revisiting your website header and making sure it passes the grunt test.
Okay.
Or perhaps it's brainstorming a few lead magnet ideas that would genuinely excite your ideal customer.
Whatever it is, don't let this knowledge just sit there gathering dust.
Right.
Take action and watch your marketing soar.
Absolutely.
And if you're ready to dive even deeper, definitely check out Marketing Made Simple by Donald Miller and Dr. J.J. Peterson.
Great book.
It's packed with practical strategies and insights that will help you transform your marketing and achieve your business goals.
Absolutely.
So go forth and market like a pro. We'll catch you on the next deep dive.